In this video, I'm going to talk about my experience with my Aftershokz over the years, as well as the new pair and what's changed in them, and what I think about the new version. This is a review of the Aftershokz bone conducting headphones. I've been using the titanium version for a few years now too, and Nathan's been using his for 3. And the new Aeropex has just come out, so I've been using the titanium. The next version was called Air, and this Aeropex is the latest. So I'm going to give you an update on my original pair and what I think about the new pair and what they've improved. So first let me tell you about bone conduction headphones. So they use your bones to conduct the vibrations through to your eardrums. So they sit on your cheekbones, and there is sound. They do play music, but the sound is transmitted through vibrations to your eardrum through your cheekbone. So it's amazing. It means your ear is open, you can hear the traffic, and hear what's going on around you. So for runners and cyclists, this is fantastic. And so I bought Nathan a pair of, let's show you his, they're still going strong. 3 years ago in 2016, I got these for his birthday so he could use them cycling across Canada. So he didn't use them every day, but he used them a lot, and it's kind of nice to have some music on a long ride to keep you going. Sometimes you just need that little bit of rhythm to put you in a good mood and keep those legs spinning, and they did the job. They were rained on, they were sweated on, we rode through heat waves, we rode through rain, so they're very durable. They're still going. He uses them to commute now, as do I. And yeah, it's great. Your ears are open, you can hear the traffic around you, and you can hear your music or your podcast or your ebook, whatever you choose to listen to. We both love them. So on a commute, it's the same commute every day, you get a bit bored. So it's fantastic to be able to, make it more interesting with podcasts and music. So absolutely, we are both huge fans of the whole bone conduction idea. Now, these Aftershokz, so this is Nathan's pair. They're the titanium, and this is my pair. They're the titanium mini. So what happened was, I loved these Aftershokz, but they were a bit too big for me. I found that with my helmet on, they shifted around a bit too much. My head's quite small. I have a problem finding sunglasses for that same reason. So when they came out with the mini, Nathan bought these for me for my birthday. So he got a pair for his birthday, I got a pair for my birthday, and I've had these for 2 years now. Love them. I wear them so much. Nathan jokes that I'll have them surgically removed one day. And if they're not on my head, they're usually around my neck. So they are my favorite gadget, both on and off the bike. I use them in the office, I use them around the house, so I can listen to my ebooks, podcast, music without disturbing other people. But if someone talks to me, I can hear them. Whenever someone asks about, headphones and things and bike indoor training or riding, I always recommend these. I think they're phenomenal. What I do, so when I'm using them, say on a train or plane, they come with earphones, so you can put those in and it blocks the sound from coming into your ears, and you have fully immersed music. So I just use them for everything. They're my main set of headphones, in fact. So that's those. This is my mini. I still have the box. And then the new Aeropex. So this is the new pair. And just a full disclaimer, Aftershokz did contact me about reviewing their latest headphones. The other two, the original pairs Nathan and I had, we did purchase, and I would 100% have bought these if my other ones broke. So I was very excited to get to try these, because since the titanium came out, there has been the Air and then this Aeropex. So this is 2 up from the one I have, as far as 2 newer. And I was curious to see what has happened over the past 3 years in improvements. So what has happened in improvements? First of all, they're smaller. So just to show you, I'll show you mine. These are the mini, but I don't mean they're smaller in just in width, although I can wear these and Nathan can wear these, so I don't have to worry about needing a smaller pair with these because of the way I think they're more flexible. So they have made them maybe the width smaller, but Nathan can wear them just fine. So they are smaller in that way, so I don't know if you can see, which makes them lighter. So I will wear the new ones now, and I won't even bother to take them off and put them around my neck a lot of the time, because they're so light and so comfortable. I actually forget they're on my head, or I'm not fussed about it. And in no way are these uncomfortable, but these are noticeably lighter. So, smaller and lighter. They are more sleek, so I'll just show you. The bit that goes on your cheekbones, you can see, is quite a bit smaller there. And so they've also reduced the size of the battery. Despite reducing the battery, the battery lasts longer. So I had a 10-hour flight to Vancouver recently, and I used the new ones, and they lasted me the whole flight. So they say they last about 8 hours, which is probably true because for some of takeoff and landing, I didn't have them on. So they definitely last the length of time they say. So they're smaller. That makes them more comfortable when you have your helmet on because you have less stuff around your ears. One thing I did struggle with this pair was if I had my helmet on with the straps and my sunglasses and these, things were getting a little bit busy around my ears. So battery length is great. I think that's really generous. 8 hours is fantastic. You could have a battery pack. The charger is just right there. And it does use a special type of charger. They do give you two when you buy your earphones. So you can have one at home, one in the office, one in your bag, one at the house. So having two of these is handy. The original pair of titaniums just used a normal USB. Benefit to these new pair, they have a sensor and they will detect that it's wet here when you try to charge it and stop you from charging it, and the lights will blink. The old pair, you could accidentally fry your set if you came in from the rain and immediately plugged them in and charged them. They do say in the instruction manual not to do that, so if you read the manual, you probably didn't fry your headphones. But having that safety feature built in is quite nice so you don't accidentally damage your headset. They have a button on the side that you press to stop and start whatever you're listening to. You double tap it to skip a song. I think you triple tap it to make a phone call, because I accidentally do that sometimes, and it will dial the last number, which isn't always what I want to do. I wish they would put the skip a song button on one side and the start stop on another. That would be the one thing I would change about these. And the only thing with the new set that is more difficult than the original is the volume button is here. So when you have them on, to show you, so just so you can see, so when you have them on, the volume button's there behind your ear, and it's so small it's harder to feel, whereas on the original one there's more of a raised, I don't know if you can see that. On this one here, they're a lot harder to feel, and when your strap is on your bike helmet, it's actually further forward, so it's harder to get at the up volume with your helmet on. It's a minor thing, but that's the only thing about the new ones that I prefer on the old ones, is the buttons are, especially if your fingers are cold. So that's the only thing I like the older ones for better. Other things that are new, the original pair were water resistant. The new pair are waterproof. So that means you could submerge them. I don't think you'd want to go swimming in them. But these ones, for Nathan and I mean, we cycle in really bad rain on our commutes. We cycle every day. So we cycled across Canada. I mean, we sweated a lot. So in indoor training as well, we wear these. And with the earplugs in, a lot of sweat involved with that. So those water resistance on the original are fantastic, but it is nice to know it's completely waterproof with the new set, because you just don't ever have to worry about it. So huge improvement there. There is sound improvement. So interestingly, there's a little bit more bass. The thing with bone conduction and bass is you get a lot of vibration the more bass there is. And with this, they've managed to reduce the vibration, because I noticed that when the volume's up really high, I have a lot less sound leakage and less vibration with this pair. So they've managed to make the sound better, the bass better, but the sound leakage is less and the vibration is less. So these are really amazing, the improvement. And that's, like I said, mine is 2 versions back from the latest, which is these. The difference between the two, you can decide if it's worth it. The pair of titanium, the titanium are fantastic, but there's definite improvements with the new version. And Nathan's had his for 3 years, I've had mine for 2, so I use them every day. So per use, money and value, fantastic. I recommended them to Chris Hall, who, if you follow him on Instagram, is also well into cycling. I didn't realize he had a hearing problem, and so when he experienced them, he was absolutely amazed to hear music fully for the first time, and that blew me away, that in that application somebody with hearing difficulties would benefit from the bone conduction style of listening to music. So pretty phenomenal. So if you know anyone out there with maybe hearing difficulties, these could be a solution for them to improve their music experience. So yeah, love them, recommend them. The improvements are there over the 3 years since we've purchased ours in a noticeable way, so that was really cool to see where the technology has gone. I'll put the link below if you have any questions or comments. I've used them for a few years and I've had these now for a couple of months, so I've gotten to know the new ones and I have a good comparison to the old ones. If you're thinking about upgrading, I'm happy to answer any questions. As usual, thanks for watching, and until the next video.